Okay, that's good. Let's do that again. Okay, so sorry about that. Okay, so cargo bay is good, done, ready to go. We are getting very, very close to our maximum power consumption, so we are going to have to consider either not building anything new for a while, or building something new with the knowledge that we'll have to up our power consumption, up our deuterium consumption, which is already at like 40. Captain, we reached our destination. Orders? Continue. Let's see what we have here. Following the caretaker's energy pulses, Voyager discovers a great desert planet with a harsh, unforgiving landscape. Are Tom Paris and Captain Chakotay perhaps being held in this place? Let us find out. What makes this place so special? So we can prepare an away team, optionally do a general scan of the planet, or check the energy impulses. Let's check the energy impulses. Anything noteworthy about the energy pulses? They are consistently targeting a single location, a barren piece of the desert. I recommend an away team investigates the area. There is something else. The interval between each pulse has decreased by 0.47 seconds since we left the array. They're getting faster. The entity said he was running out of time, right? Whatever that means, we'd better hurry. Let's also scan the planet. Let's see what we can learn about this planet. It has all the basic characteristics of an M-class planet, but no ocean, no river, nothing. However, there are settlements. Let's analyse the atmosphere. There's a less successful chance, but let's take a look what happened here. The array's energy pulses are interfering with the atmospheric scanners, Captain. I cannot perform a clear analysis. Okay, so I'm not really sure what the percent chance was there, because it seemed like whatever we chose, we just got the information we wanted. It wasn't clear if there was kind of any part of it that had failed, and so we got less information, or if it was successful. So it'd be nice if there was a little bit more feedback about that, so even in those dialogue moments, you've got an idea of whether or not you failed, if failings meant you've missed out on a little bit of information. Hopefully the information we've gleaned from that will come back later on, and it's I mean, it's nice to have it as just kind of set dressing, but it would be nice if those optional things come back to be useful later on. So we'll we'll examine this world firsthand. So we've already investigated this ship, and we got some deuterium from it. Captain, a small ship is approaching. They're hailing us. On screen. A peculiar alien with a mischievous grin greets Voyager from his chaotic vessel. Neither Starfleet nor the Marquis has ever seen such a species before. Perhaps an inhabitant of the Delta Quadrant? Greetings. Looking for something on this dusty old rock? Would we find anything, Mr. Neelix? Never seen a ship like yours. Let me guess, you were whisked away from somewhere else in the galaxy and brought here against your will? Sounds as though you've heard this story before. Thousands of times. Well, hundreds of times. Maybe 50 times. But the Caretaker's been bringing ships here for months now. The Caretaker? That's what the Ocampa call him. You probably snatched some of your crew too, right? They're likely down on the planet with the Ocampa. But Captain, it's a tricky place. Dangerous. You could use a guide, but, of course, a guide needs a little, you know. Compensation? Sounds fair. Wonderful. To be honest, I've had it rough recently. Those pesky void voles have been nibbling away at my supplies. Some food and water would be most welcome. If you help us find our missing crew, you can have all the food and water you want. It's a deal. Neelix has been recruited. Everyone's favourite. Rebuild Voyager and explore the system, or skip cycles until Neelix is ready to talk. Okay, well, we might as well just continue to explore, since you know my love of it. Anyway, let's get some uranium from this field. I wonder if upgrading things is going to allow us a greater success chance on these kind of things. Torpedo that. 100% baby. Okay, I mean I am now, it's given me the option, so I am now going to explore everything and do everything I can. You shouldn't have given me this option, game, because I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. But what I do want to do is go into the ship when it decides to load. I just wanted to check the science lab. I think we had set some research going. Maybe not. Oh, we can assign... Okay, let's... Oh, okay, I like that. We can assign people to the rooms. Tuvok will increase the fire rate. It's a Star Trek. We're definitely going to need to shoot some things. Anyone good for the sick bay? Doesn't look like it. Ah, okay. Hull repair. We can assign a work team to repair the hull. Which is interesting. But again, nothing's telling me what my hull damage is. Like, I mean, I'm going to assign people to repair the hull because we've taken a bit of damage to the hull. But without knowing what my hull level is, and like I say, it could just be that I am being just absolutely blind in this. But I don't see anywhere to find out what my hull is. And without that, I could just be wasting resources doing this, which I really don't want to do. So, can we assign anyone to main engineering? Yes, we can. We'll assign Balana. And I bet that Neelix is going to... +4 crew morale each cycle. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Let's continue exploring the system. Okay, debris field. Let's explore that. Get that deuterium. And we're back to full storage. Do we want an additional storage bay? Yeah, we do. Can never have too much storage. Particularly of such a valuable resource like deuterium. That is likely going to be a constant issue until we're at a point where we're able to build it, so we can generate it each cycle. Okay, so we've got 100 morale for fulfilling the crew promise. Oh, do they only do a specific resource? Or is it just that we can assign a specific resource to it? Oh, I do also like that it kind of fills up a little bit. Or is that... Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, it's just the 3D effect of it. Okay, so it looks like it maybe just does a specific resource, which is going to be kind of annoying for going forward. Alright, perform some repairs, get some more deuterium. We've only got 2 more left to go, we might as well grab what deuterium we can. Although we are basically at capacity again. Yeah, it's just a complete waste now, isn't it? So inefficient to do that. Let's speak to Neelix. Oh, it's Caretaker. What a delicious meal. A culinary masterpiece. I've never encountered such a tangy but comforting, smooth yet vibrant concoction. What was it called again? Tomato soup. Tomato soup. Something of a culinary wizard myself, you know. My Alfarian hair pasta bowl is widely known for its bold, mouth-watering taste. Mr. Neelix, I am pleased you are enjoying yourself, but we need your assistance. Now. Ah yes, you're missing crew. Right. Scan the southern continent. You're looking for a range of dead volcanoes. At their foot, you'll find a Kazon Ogler encampment. Kazon what? One Kazon sect of many. They control this part of the quadrant. They're a bit difficult, but with the right approach, even they can be reasoned with. I thought you said the Akompa had our people. Well, the Akompa do have your people, it's just finding them is a bit tricky. My old pal Mage Jabin, the Ogler leader, might know where to look. He's a nice guy. A bit gruff, but he owes me a favour. Okay, let's ask some more information about the Kazon. Anything else we should know about these Kazon Ogler? Water's a precious commodity around these parts. The Ogler, they mostly get theirs through trade, so a little liquid diplomacy would go a long way. Alright, let's send the away team down. Very well, prepare an away team, and you'll accompany them, Mr. Neelix. Okay, so we need to fly back to Akompa. 7 cycles away, set course. I love watching everything just like tick around. Captain, we've reached our destination. Orders? Send an away team. So we've definitely got to have Neelix. We can't have Tom Paris. So what are our challenges going to be? We are going to need combat, so we're going to take Tuvok. Tuvok will complete everything else, but we can't solely rely on Tuvok. So Harry and B'Elanna cover pretty much the same skills. B'Elanna is a bit more focused on the engineering side of things. Harry is a bit more balanced. Looking at the challenges, the engineering side of things is what we need a bit more. Recommended traits also include Survivalist and Innovator, of which B'Elanna is. So let's take B'Elanna. I've still not seen what these specific traits are going to be need us to do. I am assuming that there'll be specific options for those traits that will unlock options in the dialogue, different routes to go through, but we'll see what happens. The away team materializes in a small valley between the dead volcanoes. The sun burns down on them mercilessly. The air is hot and dry, and a sandy wind whips into their eyes. Captain, our tricorders are malfunctioning, probably because of the energy impulsors. How do we get our bearings in this dust bowl? And there we go, my answer straight away. Survivalist would give us the option to orient ourselves using the cardinal points. It's 40 high risk, but none of us are able to do it as we aren't able to we don't have the survivalist trait. So all that we're able to do is go through struggle through to a vantage point using our kind of combat skill. It's 10 below, so there is a small risk of failure, but let's see how it goes. And lovely. Easy success. The away team pushes forward, battling the strong winds and low visibility. Finally, they emerge onto a ledge with a clearer view of the surrounding area. In the distance, they spot the Kazon-Ogla settlement. However, the wind is picking up and a massive sandstorm is approaching from the south. Captain, a sandstorm is heading our way. We need to find cover fast. So we can use Innovator task with B'Elanna to design an intelligent shelter to withstand the storm, which will gain us 30 geranium. We can build a temporary shelter from what we can find, or we can analyze the area and evaluate the best cover for the storm. Doing this would be the bad option. Tuvok is fatigued, so we're well below what we need to do. We can build a temporary accommodation. We've got both with B'Elanna. But let's use her special innovator trait to get that done. Not a critical success, unfortunately. B'Elanna wastes no time. With impressive efficiency, she swiftly constructs a wind-resistant shelter from the surrounding debris, all the while grumbling about the perceived incompetence of the Starfleet team. After what seems like an eternity, the storm subsides. The away team emerges unharmed and sets off in the direction of the Kazon-Ogla settlement, and for our trouble, we gained 30 geranium. Sometimes certain approaches in away missions bear additional risks. Dangerous approaches are marked by a danger level indicator. Failing such a challenge can result in injuries or even fatalities. Captain, we've reached the settlement. How should we approach the people? We can let Neelix do the introduction. Will give us plus 200 morale, 45 to go. Approach in a typical Starfleet manner, which will give us 100 morale, but is a bit more of a risk. We can also approach intimidatingly with weapons drawn. There is an increased risk, so there is a chance of injury or fatality, but it is a small one because it's not too far off from where we need to be. Morale, we are kicking it for morale at the moment. I'm not too concerned about gaining that, and I want to see what happens if we get a fatality or an injury this early on into the story. So let's go guns a-blazing. If you play D&D with me, you'll understand that guns blazing is the way to go for almost every situation. My dwarven character likes to kick a door down and get the crap beaten out of her, so no stranger to this. The away team approaches with weapons drawn and shoulders tensed. The women and children of the Kazon-Ogla scatter in fear. The men are armed, but seem too intimidated to act. A tall Kazon emerges from the settlement, Jabin, their leader. He seems unimpressed by the away team, but his face darkens at the sight of Neelix. In the background, a badly bruised young woman who looks nothing like the Kazon, but more like a human with pointy ears, peers around a corner. Seems like the Kazon don't find Neelix as charming as he led us to believe. How should we appease them, Captain? So, we can assure them we have no bad intentions. We can demonstrate strength to keep the Kazon at bay, which would be a bad option because Tuvok is fatigued. Or we can offer water in exchange for information about the Ocampa. Again, not worried about morale, so let's use B'Elanna to offer water in exchange for information. We've got a good critical success chance there as well, actually. And of course, we narrowly miss it. The away team offers Jabin water from their replicators. Fascinated by this technology, Jabin accepts the offer and becomes more receptive. He explains that the Ocampa live underground, their access controlled by the caretaker, who also provides their only source of water. As proof, Jabin points to the bruised Ocampa woman he is holding as a slave, explaining that she is one of the few who have managed to reach the surface, when suddenly, Neelix grabs a phaser. He points it at Jabin and demands for the Ocampa girl to be freed. Things are getting out of hand, Captain. We should retreat. Okay, so these all have some risk. So we can appease and carefully withdraw, which would probably be a success. We can do a tactical retreat and run, or we can secure the retreat with phase of fire. That to me seems the most logical choice. It's a little bit off hitting the 50, so there is a chance we could fail, whereas appease and carefully withdrawing would be more likely to be a success. But I like the idea of the risk, so we're going to go for it. And you can see from the Reddit, it's only a small chance. So we've recruited Kess. The away team lays down covering fire, forcing the Kazon to take cover. This allows them to minimize their exposure to enemy fire. Jabin, though furious, seems to acknowledge the away team's fighting skills. They escape with no casualties. Okay, so we're gaining some experience there, successful challenges. We didn't get any criticals, but we also got a bonus for no injury, so that's something. We're in the first sector. Okay, so the further along we get, the more experience we're going to get. We're going to get modifiers for getting further into the game. Excellent. That's a total of 350. More than gratitude. Safely back on Voyager, Neelix surprises the rest of the away team as he and the rescued woman kiss passionately. How deep does the relationship between the two go? My dearest Kess, didn't I promise I'd save you? I knew you would come for me, my love. You lied and endangered my crew. This is not how trust is built, Mr. Neelix. I'm grateful. Now, we have things to do. Ask Cass what she knows about the caretaker. Ask Cass and how Neelix met. Ask Cass why she came to the surface. And that is cutting off. I don't think that's supposed to do that. I think this hasn't fully risen up. So note that on the bugs. Devs, if you're watching, and I'm obviously you are, because, you know, who wouldn't? Yeah, that's just something that should be looked at. Maybe it's my laptop being absolute shite, but you never know. Let's ask Kaz what she knows about the caretaker. I'm grateful now. What can you tell us about the caretaker? I'm also having this issue clicking again, where I can't tell if the mouse clicks are just not doing their job, if the game is just being slow to respond, or if it's my laptop. I don't know if you can hear me furiously clicking. No, we do have stories and legends about him, but they're just stories and legends. Okay, so can't tell me anything basically. Let's ask how they met. Kaz, Mr. Neelix, I'm curious, how did you two meet? I met Kaz while on a trading with the K's on Ogla. They enslaved her, but she was kind, even to someone like me. I had to get her out. He visited, bought me gifts, made me laugh. It was the only good thing in a terrible place. We fell in love. I admit, I used you, Captain. I apologize. But I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Oh, come now, Janeway. Can you be mad at love? Ask Kaz why she came to the surface. Kaz, if it is so dangerous on the surface, why did you leave your home? I felt a strong pull to the world beyond the city. I yearned for the freedom to discover new things and learn about myself. Seeing my people so dependent on the caretaker, unable to even think for themselves, it was unbearable. We were once a people who had full command of our mind's abilities. Okay, we're not gonna follow up on the fact that she's got mind abilities. Okay, cool. Alright, someone get started on that transporter signal amplifier, and Gaz, we'll go to sick bay and have you examined. Oh, sick bay. That means we are going to meet the greatest character in this bloomin' show. Captain, the science lab is back online. We can start researching the signal amplifier. Computer, initiate emergency medical hologram program. With no other options available, Captain Janeway activates Voyager's emergency medical hologram. A shimmering figure materializes in sickbay, ready to provide critical care. I love the Doctor. Please state the nature of the medical emergency. Doctor, our chief medical officer is dead. You have to take care of sickbay, for now, and this patient, Kaz. There's no need for concern. I'm capable of treating any injury or disease. Broken ulna, a few minor bruises and grazes, nothing I can't handle. You are in the most capable hands, young lady. Thank you, Doctor. That's very kind of you. I expect you to do your best, Doctor. Do my best, Captain. I am programmed for optimal medical care. What else would I do? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a patient to attend to, and a sickbay to reorganize. The most interesting storyline in Star Trek Voyager is the Doctor and his evolution from just a tool as the AMH to being a fully fledged individual and person in a way that like they wanted to do with Data, but never allowed his character to grow because of the episodic nature of TNG. Whereas because Voyager, while Monster of the Week does have this overarching plot arc of escaping from the Delta Quadrant back to the Alpha Quadrant, there's all this room for characters to grow, and they do it so well with the Doctor, so well. So good. I really hope that that's something that can be explored in this, and that you know, there's the option to take things in a different way. Maybe we can, you know, not be an absolute fucking dick to him like they are in the TV show, and give him his autonomy a bit sooner. Maybe we can make him evil, you know. I'm really curious to see how all this goes, and how deep and twisted the alternate versions of the stories can get. If we can go full on mirror universe evil Janeway and, you know, full on alternate universe bad guys, that would be really, really cool. Obviously we do, you know, like a proper good normal run Starfleet run first, but give me the opportunity to slaughter my way across the Delta Quadrant, hell yeah. Okay, so in the science laboratory, we've got some research and analysis. I assume this is how we're gonna end up like getting new like rooms and objects and things we can use. So we are gonna analyze the transporter signal amplifier. What does that say about research rate? Current research rate is 41%. Assigned hero adds a 41% bonus. Technology adds a 0% bonus. Yeah, so we'll get some tech trees that we can research and get some cool new things for our ship. In the meantime, let's go over to the shipwreck. Let's get this deuterium while we can. Access the tech tree to research new upgrades. This way you can upgrade rooms or unlock passive bonuses to improve efficiency. Certain technologies first require an upgrade of the tier of the technological category. Unlocking new tech costs research points. Research points are produced by active science labs, but can also be gained as rewards in away. Captain, the blueprints for the signal amplifier are complete. However, to start production, we need to repair the workshop. Been there, done that, Mr. Tuvok. Workshop repaired, Captain. We can start production of the signal amplifier. So, crafting. Craftable blueprints. Transporter signal amplifier blueprint. It will take 3 cycles. So we can look at the tech tree. So, tech tree for individual rooms, it looks like. So we can increase the workshop, impulse engines, warp drive, shuttle bay, and engineering. We can increase stuff to help morale. Research. Combat. Absolutely going to learn to rotate the shield frequency. I am not getting caught off guard by Leborg. Reduces enemy shield penetration by 20%, which is going to be very useful. So, abort? No, I don't want to abort research. There we go, X out of it. Okay, so we've got a few cycles to sort. Research, signal amplifier has been completed and is ready for use, Captain. It would be wise to make haste back to the camper. We've got to fly back to our camper and see what happens next. I mean, obviously we're going to destroy the abandoned vessel first. It's fine. We've got people repairing the hull. I ain't worried about that. Okay, back to a compa. I'm going to go... Oh, I didn't need to enter the ship for that.